Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Hannah. Thank you so much for getting your DIY Seamoss kit. I'm so excited to show you everything you need to make your first batch of Seamoss right at home. Here is what is included in your DIY Seamoss kit. First, your fruit flavor, then your local honey, a flyer about what Seamoss is and all the benefits, and then lastly, your dry Seamoss with all of the written instructions on what you need to do to make your jar of Seamoss. So you need to do this 8 to 12 hours before you plan on making your Seamoss. All you have to do is fill up your bowl of water with filtered or spring water. Just do not use sink water or fridge water, and submerge it all the way to where the Seamoss is fully submerged in water. So I already have it pre-soaked. So you're gonna open up your Seamoss and you have what looks like spaghetti noodles. This is what you want your wet Seamoss to look like. Now we begin the cleaning process. This is the most crucial process. Make sure all of your dishes are clean, the water's pure or spring water, and of course your hands are clean. So you first take out the Seamoss from the water it was soaking in, submerge it into another fresh bowl of water, and I like to do this 3 times. Massage through with your fingers and clean it 3 times until the water that you soak it in is completely clear. On to the last soak. The water is already clear and your Seamoss is almost ready to go and get blended. So now that your Seamoss is clean, now we can get to blending. So I love the Vitamix. If you don't have a Vitamix, this is the best blender that you can get your hands on, but any blender will work. You just might have to blend a little extra long depending on your blender. So all you have to do is put your Seamoss inside the blender, fill it up with clean spring or filtered water all the way to the 32-ounce line. Right about there, and we can just blend it first to find the texture that we like. You may be blending it for 1 to 2 minutes, but you just want to get a smooth texture, and now we'll get to sweetening and flavoring. Today I have strawberry flavor, so I think you should measure to get a feel for how much you like it sweet. Just use a tablespoon. I'm going to start off with 1 tablespoon, but you're given extra if you like it extra sweet. Same thing for the honey, you want to measure about a tablespoon, and again, you can sweeten it more depending on your preference, but just measure at the beginning. Now we'll give that a blend. All right, let's give it a taste. So Seamoss is soft and smooth, but when it gets in the fridge and it gets cold, it thickens up, so don't be deceived. So I do have a sweet tooth, so I'm gonna add more honey and more strawberry just because I have so much extra. Even when sampling, try not to cross-contaminate and double dip. And it's super yummy, tastes like strawberry. The honey is super good with it. Now all we have to do is pour it in our jars. So this will make 2 16-ounce jars or 1 big 32-ounce jar. Perfect textured. And this should last you about 2 to 3 weeks or a month. You can also freeze your Seamoss to preserve it for an extra 3 to 4 months into ice trays if you get busy and can't finish it in time. And there you go. Fresh jar of homemade DIY Vitality Way Seamoss, sweetened with local honey and strawberries. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. And of course, repost so that we can spread the love of Seamoss and get more families in their home making Seamoss.